Bonjour, my name is Chef Daniel Hollande. And that's the end of my French accent because I'm not very good at it and you'll get very tired of it fast. But I am really excited because I've always wanted to do a cooking show. And this is my chance to teach strategy by using a cooking show as our example. So we're going to make something today, okay? And I want you to think about strategic management and think about the whole process. How do we go about as managers, as executives, going through a strategic management process for our company? It's very much like a chef trying to make a very fine meal. And so we're going to do that today. The very first thing we want to do is create some sort of mission, some sort of vision, some sort of goal. What is it that we want to eat? What is it that we want to make on this day? Or as a company, what is it that we are going to make as a company? That mission, vision, and so forth. We've got to have some sort of goal in mind. So today we are going to make some chocolate cookies. We all love chocolate cookies, right? So let's do that. Let's make some chocolate cookies. And if you think about it, if you want to make some cookies, what are you going to do that? Typically we will, if we're really good cook, then maybe we'll create some sort of recipe. But often most of us will look for some sort of recipe that would help us make those cookies. And in that recipe, that's basically a plan, isn't it? It's saying that we need these various resources and we mix them together in this way and we do this and we cook it in this way and the end result is hopefully a very delicious cookie. That's what a recipe is all about. So you need to start with that. Start with creating the vision. What is it that I want? We're going to make a chocolate cookie. How do I go about doing it? How do I make those cookies? What resources do I need? And then you have to go out and make that happen, right? So in this case, we're thinking, we probably need some flour, we need some sugar, we may even need some chocolate for our chocolate cookies, and there may be some other things that we don't really even know what we need. Or maybe there's something that we feel we can add to a chocolate cookie that will make it magnifique. Very different, special. Strategic management is about differentiation, right? It's about creating something that's different or unique than what others offer and that adds real value to the customer. So we may have some sort of secret recipe, secret sauce, something, ingredient that goes into it that others don't have. Okay, so we want to do chocolate cookies. We've got a recipe in mind. I've got kind of things in mind that I want to do. So now I need to go out and find those resources. Those resources could be different types of resources. Perhaps I need some money to go buy certain types of resources. So money itself is a resource. I may need to go to the bank and see what my account has. Do I have enough money to go to the store and buy it? Then in this case, I may need to go to the grocery store, right? And I want to buy some eggs. I want to get some flour, maybe some sugar and whatnot. You go and find those resources that you have decided are important to achieve your goal. Some of those resources may be really difficult to find. You may not be able to find them in your, let me put it this way. The first thing you'll typically do when you get a recipe, right, is I'll go look in the refrigerator. I'll look inside my own company, inside my own house, and see if those resources are there. Do I have it in the fridge? Do I have it in the cupboard? And you look and see what internal resources you already have. And if you don't have something that you need, then you start looking in the external environment and saying, okay, what resources are out there and are they available? Can I go get them? Okay, so then you may go down to the store. We may go to Lee's or Smith's or whatever grocery store you like to go to and purchase those resources there. Or you may go to a neighbor, someone in your network and ask them for resources. Hey, do you have a couple eggs I could borrow? Or you may look for, decide, I can't find the resources I need anywhere else. I'm going to have to make them myself. So you go out in the backyard and you dig up the yard and you plant some seeds to grow your own resources in order to create what you want to create. So there's various places you can go for those resources. So let's say I've got these resources here. I've been able to gather these in various different places, both internally and externally. Got them here. This is going to be really good. I also need certain types of tools. Tools that may be used to measure the performance, may be used to measure the resources that I have, monitor them and whatnot. So in this case, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I need some flour for sure. About 1/3 of a cup of flour, we'll put it in there, right? Definitely some salt. You got to have salt in your cookies, huh? Pinch of salt, absolutely. We always need a little moisture. Let's get some water in there. Yeah, that helps. Need something that really helps those resources stick together. You know, so we'll want an egg, right? So let's put the egg in. Ooh, poof. Okay. And you get these resources, and part of being a leader, a manager, is not only planning, figuring out what you want to do, organizing, getting the resources you need, but then you also need to lead, you need to motivate, you need to really help those resources come together to make what you want. This is leadership, right? This is what it's about. This is taking those resources and getting them to work together the way they should and combining them into certain things. Now you do that, and part of that process is leading them, motivating them, getting them to really work together. Those resources, again, maybe people, maybe money, maybe assets that you have, but you get them all to work together to try to form what you want. So we're starting to get, I am missing some sugar. You got to have sugar, right? It's obvious by looking at it. I can see that it's just not quite right. So I'm putting some sugar in. Now get that sugar to work together with the other resources. Okay. Part of strategic management and leadership in general is monitoring the process. I can look at it and say, does it look right? No, it didn't quite look right, so I added sugar. Can also take it and taste it. Not bad, but it's missing something. It's missing that secret sauce that we talked about, that real differentiator. And so now I'm looking around, what resources can I find that's really unique that will make this different? Aha, ground cumin. Absolutely, that is a secret sauce. And Tabasco. All right, so I'm going to add these. These are things that my competitors do not use. No one uses Tabasco and cumin in their chocolate cookies, but I know better, and this makes it really unique and different. Okay, so I add that. Woo, smelling good, okay? I mix that together. Oh, garlic powder. Forgot that, right? So you get all these things, get these resources, and that's a process, right? You don't get it right the first time. You don't get all the right resources the first time. You go through it, you do your best, you organize, you test it, you monitor, you say, it's not quite right. You find other resources, you add that, you test it, you monitor, and then you keep doing it. Keep trying to motivate, keep everyone moving in the right direction. Test it again. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And you get excited about it, right? And then you finally get to a point where, hey, we're selling it to customers, right? So in this case, we're going to go ahead and just put it right in our baking sheet. This is the best part of cooking shows, right? Because they do it right in front of you. It looks so easy. They put it right on the pan. See how good that's looking, right? Then they take the pan and they put it in the oven. Here's our oven, yeah, okay. 350 degrees for 30 seconds, that's all it takes to cook these, right? And so you go through that process, you're learning, you're executing on your strategy. Set that strategy, you have to execute on it, you test it, you continue to scan the environment, looking for other resources, other ways, get feedback from the customer, and then you make different adjustments to make sure it works, right? And then ultimately, when you pull it out of the oven, voila! Yeah, see, it comes out looking beautiful. You've got your chocolate cookies that the whole world is going to buy, right? You created a product or a service that you can then take to your customer and be very successful in your business. So again, this is a chance for you to think about all the resources that you need. First, you got to make some sort of plan. You have to have a vision, a mission. You go out and find the resources and make that recipe, that plan to achieve that vision and mission. And then you go and gather those resources, execute on that strategy, gather them together, organize, lead them, combine them, monitor that situation, scan the environment, and out comes a wonderful product.